Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.
Hi, welcome to Kids Talk Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. This is Cassandra Darden here with my wonderful company of kids for Kids Talk Live this Sunday. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good. Woo. I do have a repeat crew from the company. I have some great talent here today. We're going to go around, and I just want you guys to introduce yourselves, Same thing, name, age, where you're from. You could do a quick shout out. Let's start with Michael.
Hi guys, my name is Michael Gavrizesou. I'm 15 years old, and this is my third visit here in the studio. And shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Cristiana Penaranda, my parents, and my sister.
Okay, let me correct you. Did you not just have a birthday?
Yes, I do have a birthday.
You had a birthday. Didn't you turn 16?
Mm-hmm. Whoops. I'm so used to it.
How did I remember that? So we're going to say a happy belated birthday to Michael, who turned 16. Awesome. And what did you do for your 16th birthday?
I had a huge jam session, maybe with about 20 plus musicians.
That's amazing, right? Jam session. That's how you do it when you're a rocker. I love it. That is rock style. Next, we have the beautiful
Julia Andy, and I'm almost 14 years old. My birthday is on Friday.
Oh, happy pre-birthday. All
Happy
these
early
birthdays.
birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love it. And next we have,
Stacy
pull up that
Love-
mic.
Stacy Love Belizaire. I'm 10 years old.
And Stacy is, yes, we have to wait for our applause always. Stacy has been here several times. She's been here with me for Glee Summer Camp, and she's been on Kids Talk Live. And we're actually going to have Stacy and her sister back. They have a webisode series called Enough is Enough that is a series that they do about bullying, which is great. And hopefully we'll get into that later on in the show. But I'm so happy to have you guys here today. So thank you for coming. Next we have
Claire Pritchard, and I'm 15, I think. Yeah.
And that's it. And Claire's really great. Claire has been one of the writers of one of our commercials today, and she's just really rolling into that. And I'm happy about that. And I want to really encourage you to keep writing because I think you're really good at it, and you got a really good sense of humor. Very witty, very witty. And next we have a newcomer to Kids Talk Live.
Hi, I'm Vicky Soul, and I'm 13.
Vicky is also one of the writers of one of our commercials today, the Grandma Molly doll, which you guys will have coming up later in the show. But congrats to you guys on the script and the commercials. You're doing a really great job, and I'm excited to have such awesome talent on Kids Talk Live. Next, we have
Daniela Clark, and I'm 12 years old. Well, 12 and a half.
12 and a half. I like all the halves. Birthdays are coming up. And behind her, we have
I'm Valdi Belizaire, and I'm 11 years old.
And round of applause. Valdi is the sister of Stacy and also one of the co-creators of Enough is Enough, which is their webisode series on web. What's a webisode? Yeah, so people can go online and they can see it about bullying. Enough is Enough. It's great. I just can't say it enough. I'm just proud of you guys for starting that. And then last but not least, we have
Hey, I'm Kennedy Zimet. I'm 16, but I'll be 17 in less than 2 weeks. So.
birthday. And Kennedy, in addition to, working here with us at Kids Talk Live, does a lot of hosting events. And we're going to start something here on Kids Talk Live called Kennedy's Corner. And she's going to sort of bring us into the community of what she's doing with hosting events and what's coming up and, how we can stay connected to our community through the arts. And, I know that you do a lot of those events, and it's just kind of nice to have that kind of an eye because you sort of are behind the scenes. And if you listened to our show last month, she actually called in from an event. And how was that now that you're back in the studio? Talk to us about that.
Well, that event was a lot of fun. I called you guys during sound check, and things were kind of hectic, but I was backstage backstage, so things are a little calm backstage. So yeah, the show went really smoothly. We raised quite a bit of money for the organization and had lots of fun. It's called the Kiara Foundation, and they help women who have aged out of the foster system. So.
That's amazing. You guys know what that means, right? That means like, you're all lucky enough to still, to have parents and be in, living with your parents. But what happens when children go into the foster care system, if they're not adopted by 18, then they're kind of just out. It's like you're 18, you're an adult, you have to sort of figure out what to do. And that can be really hard if you don't have the guidance and, care of a normal parent, So I think the Kiara Foundation is doing something really incredible, and it's always nice to connect through the arts. So you must be really proud to be a part of an organization like that. I think it's great. Awesome. So we're going to get into the subject that the show is basically based on today. We had a company rehearsal, and I talked to the kids about, homework, because it seems to be such an issue even at my own performing arts school. I had some students transferring to different classes or dropping classes because they were just so bombarded with homework. And even the parents were, concerned about the amount of homework and thinking, wow, they can't come to dance class, or they can't do their vocal lesson, or they can't do soccer, or they can't do gymnastics because they just have so much homework. And as soon as I said that, it was like a roar of a crowd at a sporting event in the studio. You guys had so much to say about that. So, I guess I really hit on something, and I want, before we get into the script that we wrote about it, I want to, honestly talk to you guys about that situation. Micah, why don't you start? And tell us your grade so that we kind of get an idea of what your load is of homework.
Well, I am a sophomore. I'm actually about to exit my sophomore year. And actually around this time is when I've actually been getting the most busy with the entertainment industry. I'm starting to book more jobs. I'm starting to have a lot more gigs. Actually, my band is going to be touring in other states in the summer, so I'm actually really proud about that.
Woohoo! Congrats.
Thank you.
And just before we get too far, go ahead and name your band and.
Well, my band is Siren. We are an upcoming power rock / metal band. We are just a huge, exciting, energetic show. It's really cool.
And you guys do covers and original work, correct?
We have maybe over 13 originals that we have, and we do a couple covers to satisfy the audience.
And you're going to be doing both of those on tour?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Congrats. That's amazing. So that information is going to be up on the website as well. So we'll keep you posted on Siren's tour. But go ahead and talk to us about homework, and how is that balancing in that with the band and,
Well, it's really crazy, actually. I always get called in for all kinds of things, auditions, jobs, performances, and it actually homework really interferes with it because, districts give kids homework like, they got nothing else to do. They just kind of spend the whole night doing homework. But, there are actually a lot of people who are doing a lot of things with their life, and they're trying to get through. And this homework is actually kind of blocking them. I actually had to make a lot of sacrifices because of homework. Really what I would do is just kind of take it with me everywhere I go. After a gig, I would do it in the car on the way home,
Yeah, you kind of don't have a choice, right? Because if you don't get it done, talk to me about that, Danielle. What happens?
Well, sometimes you end up doing it in the periods that are not the class you have to do the homework for, and I actually get in trouble sometimes for doing my English homework in math because he's like, this isn't English, you have to do your math homework here, or you have to just pay attention. And so sometimes I don't get my English homework done, and it's just crazy.
It's a lot. It's that much that you guys have to actually do it in other classes. Julia, talk about that too, because I know you mentioned about your parents do know, right? Talk to me about what happens at your school.
Well, there's a website. There's a website at my school. It's called schoolloop.com, and my parents get emailed if an update of what my grade is in every single class, every day.
Every day?
Yeah. So if I don't do an assignment, then they get a phone call that's from teleparent. That's another thing.
Oh my gosh.
And then they see it on my progress report on their email.
It seems a little bit like, I understand, teachers are amazing people. So let's, just put that out there. They are really amazing people at what they do. And I really believe clearly underpaid, but they also, are under pressure by the superintendent and the principal of the school in the state of California to make sure that you guys are educated and you get your scores up. And, unfortunately, California has a reputation for a bad school system. So, they're trying to turn it around. I do think in some ways it's a bit extreme because what it does is it makes you kind of seem like you're purposely not getting your homework done. But the truth is, you guys wouldn't be here on Kids Talk Live if you weren't artists or actors or singers or dancers in some way. And that has to be such a challenge. So Claire, talk to me. I know you had kind of a busy week. Talk to me about how you balance all that.
Yeah. So I was in the play at my school, and it's really funny because our director is an English teacher at our school, and so he should understand that we have homework too. And one night we had to run the show with lights, and so we had to wait till 7 o'clock to start running the show, but we still had to be there from 3 till 7, so after school until then, working on the set and stuff. And so I'm just like, when am I supposed to do my homework? Because I didn't get home till past 10. So we were all just backstage with using our phones as flashlights to do our homework in between scenes and stuff.
Talk about dedication. Honestly, you guys, I have such respect for you. I do. I really do. I love that you're still able to come into rehearsal with me and have a smile on your face and be excited about doing this because I know it's tough. It's tough as adults, but this feels tougher to me as a kid than it was when I was doing homework. So I totally applaud you. Vicky, jump in here and talk to me.
At the school I go to, they give us packets of homework, and usually the math ones are around 80 to 100 pages, and you had to turn in a couple a month, and it's really frustrating. But luckily I have a really good math teacher, and she's really helpful. But for science and history, the teachers aren't so good, so
it's a little challenging.
It's challenging.
So it's challenging to get all that homework done. And I know, Michael, you talked about doing math packets, and
oh yeah,
we did not have these math packets when I was your age. So kudos to all of this. Now I do want to talk to Kennedy because we do have it's awesome because we have a different take on homework because Kennedy actually does homeschool, and so I thought maybe she wouldn't have as much homework, but she does. It's just sort of in a different way. So, let's talk to our audience about that and what that experience is like.
Right. So going into homeschooling, I was thinking, my workload is going to be so much lighter. Everything's going to be so much easier. But I was wrong. If anything, I think I might have a lot more work to do. So, yeah, it's been kind of difficult to find that balance. But I've been able to, anytime I have downtime, I'll take my computer and I'll, log in my assignments and I'll do my tests and everything like that. So if I'm hosting an event, I have sound check or something, during sound check, I'll, do my work. Or if we're taking a road trip somewhere, then, I'll do my homework in the car. And
it's kind of like what Michael was saying, doing it in the car on the way from a gig. Because you got to get it done. You don't want to get zeros. You also want to make sure that your parents know that you're doing your best to try to get it all done. I'm so proud of you guys. I do applaud you. We have a few younger performers here today. Stacy, what grade are you in?
I am in 5th grade.
Okay, talk to me about your workload.
Well, 5th grade, it's really hard, but we don't get that much homework.
Okay.
So we usually get math homework every Friday.
Okay.
And it's
once a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are able to finish it in school.
Lucky. It's got it good.
Just in case you didn't hear that, Kennedy said lucky. So you don't get as much homework, but now your sister, you're in 5th grade?
Yes.
Now your sister, Valdi, step up to the microphone. Okay. She's in 6th grade, which is the next grade that you will be going into. So Valdi, why don't you tell your younger sister what she's in for?
Well, it's a lot of homework, especially in French, because
they go to French school, by the way. We did not mention that. So they are French.
And you have every single day. Well, whenever you have French class, the day after, you have a page of homework to do, and it's actually pretty hard because it's not the same as English where there's French is really complicated when you learn it, and so it's really hard. And then in math,
we have, like, in class, we have to do, like, 10 exercises, and then we get it for homework if we don't finish it in class.
So, it technically it starts to increase, obviously. I think, Michael, I remember you talking about that. As you get higher in your grade, the homework, you get more, it gets more difficult and you get more of it.
Yeah, really what districts think is that as you get older, you do mentally ascend, you get more mature, you start to get a better mind for things, but, just kind of cramming a whole bunch of more stuff into your system kind of throws you off as you go up.
It's a little challenging, but the truth is I totally feel your frustration, and I know that it's such a balancing act, and I appreciate your positive attitude, and I want you guys to go forth and keep that, because that will make you such extraordinary adults. You're going to go into this business with a really strong skill set to be able to balance all this, and I know some of it seems like, why am I doing this? This doesn't make sense, but you will be surprised at some of the things that sort of come back to you. And I think it's sort of just like college as well. What you learn is you learn how to really effectively juggle and balance and still be able to keep your spirit, and still be able to stay positive about what you want to do. And that only sort of spreads. And you guys were really great in writing this script, and we're going to address some of these things. And some of the things we've talked about probably sound familiar when you hear them in the script. So we are going to roll into that. Do you want to take a commercial break, or do you want to roll into it now? All right, we're going to roll right into the scene here. And then, we're going to, after we do the scene, I do want to talk about sort of the positives of what we can do. And Valdi and Stacy have come up with some things, and really from your point of view, and then from the point of view of, you're ending your sophomore year, so you're getting into a higher grade. You guys are all moving forward, and what you feel like is kind of a positive thing. Okay, so let's roll into this. This script is homework drama.
Oh my gosh, did she just say the homework is due by Monday?
There are 3 packets here. How can I possibly get all this done?
We already get so much homework during the week.
Now we have weekend homework?
I felt it coming. I knew she was going to do this.
I have band practice tomorrow, and we have a gig on Sunday. I don't know how I'll finish all of these assignments.
Okay, let's just take a deep breath.
We're all freaking out.
We have to do it or we get 0 credit.
And my mom gets a daily email, so if I don't finish...
Your parents know you have a missing assignment.
Exactly. Kennedy, don't you have a hosting gig this weekend?
How are you going to get all this done?
It's all about balance. I'm going to take it with me and work on it during sound check.
Isn't that a hassle? Doesn't it mess up your concentration?
Yeah, how do you focus on math and then step up to the microphone to introduce the next act or key speaker for the event?
Well, it's definitely a challenge, but our teacher won't accept late work, and if you don't hand it in, you fail that assignment.
Michael, what about you? Your band has to actually do sound check. How are you going to cram it all in?
I'll bring it, work on it in the car after the gig. I can't do it on the way, though. That would really mess up my vibe before I go on stage.
Great idea. I guess that's the only way you can get it done.
Well, it looks like we will all be cramming to get it done this weekend.
Or you can work on it during first period if you don't finish.
What do you mean?
You work on your math homework in your first period English class?
Yes, I have to. The homework I get during the week is sometimes too much to finish in one night.
I've done that before.
I work on it at lunch, so I finish before the end of the day to hand it all in.
I think our teachers don't realize all the homework we're given in our other classes.
That's for sure.
Any ideas on how we can help each other get it done?
Maybe we can do a few study groups this weekend.
I would really appreciate that.
That'd be great if you guys can work around my band rehearsals.
I'm in.
Me too.
Thank goodness, because I'm already lost on this first question. Jack bought Jill 78 peaches. They were 50 cents each. How much did it cost to buy 3/4 of the 78 peaches?
What? I don't get it. That question gives me a headache.
It seems complicated, but we can do this. Let's work on it together.
5 heads are better than 1.
I'm feeling much better about finishing this assignment.
Remember, it's all about balance. We can do a study group at my place, say, around 7.
I'll be there.
Me too.
We're in 2.
See you there.
That was great, you guys. There's a couple things that you guys mentioned that were in the script that I had forgot about, which was the idea that your teachers actually don't really they kind of just think about themselves and what they need you to get done for their class. They don't think about like all the other homework that you have in other classes. So they're probably a little bit less forgiving about that. But, do you find that study groups are helpful, or like if you have a tutor or you have somebody else to help you? Because at least it kind of speeds the process along, right, of getting it done faster.
Definitely, yeah. And
Go ahead.
Okay, and I know for me personally, because I'm homeschooled, a lot of my friends are homeschooled too, or do online schooling, and a lot of us do the same programs, so we're able to kind of come together on all our, common subjects and kind of do our work together, and it's pretty cool.
I also remembered you telling me something about there's a live class where you check in for homeschool. Talk to us about that, because you said something about the teacher can see you, or like talk to us about that.
So in my school, we have these things called live classes, and basically you go and you log in, and it's almost like an actual class in real life, but it's over the internet, and the teacher can see whoever's in the class. So some of the teachers do these as extra credit. Some of the teachers make it mandatory. Most of my teachers only do it as extra credit. So you go, and then they see like, oh, Kennedy is in this class, so she gets extra credit. Or you have to stay till the end of the class, and they issue like a password, and you email it to them, and they're like, okay, well, you were in the class, so I'm giving you extra credit. So. But
you have to actually go to the end of the class to get the passwords. Otherwise, you don't know.
They're so tedious.
But I mean, how else would you do school? Do you know what I mean? How else would you do school without actually being in front of the teacher? That's something that you wouldn't want to do. I would love for Stacy and Valdi to step up to the mic and talk about some of these positive things that you wrote down, and be sincere about it, because I know it's easy to just say all these positive things, but there are some things that come positive from homework. So I just kind of want to see what you guys came up with.
Sometimes if you do your homework, you could learn things, and when you have a test, it's probably the same thing that you did on your homework. So you get to practice and learn and study. But to really get your homework, you need to concentrate.
It is true. And that's hard to do when you've got all these other things going on. But I do like what you said about, it's something that you've learned in class. What's really great about that for you guys as actors is that helps you as an actor. It helps you when you look at something and you're able to read it and retain it. Because what happens when you go to an audition? You know what I mean? You need to be able to remember what's on that paper, or, you need to be able to read if there's a cue card or something, if you're auditioning for a commercial or a theatrical gig and you've got, a script, it helps you, a lot of acting teachers talk about not memorizing, which I think is great, but it does help you in school if you're able to familiarize yourself with whatever the subject is. And do you think that helps you as an actor? Jump in there, Claire.
Yeah, I think it does, because I take a theater class at my school, so obviously that helps in theater. But one time we had to memorize a poem for theater, and I memorized it like really quickly, and I was like, wow, that was really easy to memorize. And like when we have to memorize certain definitions for biology or something, I can memorize them quickly.
Oh, yeah. It translates to other classes that you probably wouldn't think. What about math? I know you guys get a lot of math homework, and I know it probably seems like, where am I going to use this? How is this going to make sense? And I do realize that some of the things that you guys are doing for math is kind of geared towards engineers.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I think.
And I'm like, I kind of want to do a little research on that and find out what that's about. If they're trying to sort of build up this new generation of engineers. It could be, maybe the country is just lacking in engineers right now. And I do know I belong to an organization that is women in business. And one of the things that comes up, it's women in different types of businesses. I just happen to be in the arts. And one of the women, she is an engineer and she works for Google. And she said, it's like the toughest thing to find is women engineers, So, I at least applaud, the school system for that. But how do you think math helps you or can help you?
Well, a lot of times that's exactly what I think when I'm looking at my geometry book, and it says at the beginning of each section, like, why, and then it has these, like, really weird places you'll use it. I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. But then when you actually do, like, go to the grocery store or something, and actually use it, I, like, feel really good. I'm like, yes, I used it.
Oh, see, this is great. This is awesome. The other thing, too, is if you're a musician or you ever study music, that does help you as a musician, you know? So, I mean, if you can flip it, because I know you're an artist and our brains think differently sometimes, if you can think of it that way and something that's going to really help you as an artist, I think it might give you an opportunity to be a little more excited about it, you know? But I just encourage you guys to keep going because I'm super impressed right now that you can sort of do all this, because I even kind of give you a little bit of homework for Kids Talk Live. So I appreciate that. We're going to go into one of our commercials that Miss Vicky wrote called the Grandma Molly Doll.
Grandma Molly Doll. Parenting made easier. Brought to you by Cane's R Us.
Have you ever felt your kids are being badly influenced when you're not around?
Introducing the Grandma Molly doll, the doll that does the parenting for you.
Get off your lazy tushy and help your mother!
She says everything you're thinking for you.
Don't you even think about going out with your friends before doing your chores.
Grandma Molly, can I go now?
Here's one of our satisfied customers.
The Grandma Molly doll takes the words right out of my mouth. It's like she's reading my mind.
Get the Grandma Molly doll, parenting made easier.
And don't forget to eat your veggies.
Grandma Molly Doll. Parenting made easier.
That was awesome, you guys. That is literally one of my favorite commercials. We're going to go into Michael, who is, I mean, he's so fantastic on this guitar. I'm super, super excited that I met you and I have you on the show. And he's going to do a song from Styx, which I think is so awesome because that's my generation. So, of course, I appreciate that. But I do, you know, we were talking earlier about, you know, why he picked this song and sort of what this song is about. And it's sort of about when you get to that place where you just feel overwhelmed and like you kind of want to give up, you know, you have people in your life, your friends, your family, your siblings to say, you know what, just give it another shot. You know, and I know that this is something that can overwhelm you as homework. So I actually know that you love the song and I think it translates really well. But I'm kind of glad that it worked in and that you chose it. So go ahead and introduce it and off you go.
All right, this is one of my favorites by Styx. It's very highly unrecognized and underrated. Such a good song. It's called These Are the Times. I hear voices from beyond the veil. They reverberate in mystery. There are shadows in my heart. Oh, and they multiply in memory. And the comrades that I've lost out there in the scattered ruins still speak to me. Though the beacon of light of your campfire dims, the world grows smaller, it's closing in. I'm standing here, and I want you to leave. I know these are the times we find out who we really are. This will be when a true friend stands at your side. One more like me who wants to believe in the days of high times and innocence, drawing the lines and shouting back to the night. Someone like me who wants you to leave. And from those who've seen the light beyond, we know the end will bring tranquility. but the voices of the friends they heard brought them back to this reality. Though the beacon of light in your life seems dim, the sun's coming up on the world we're in. There are choices here, and I want you to leave. I know these are the times we find out who we really are. This will be when a true friend stands at your side. One more like me who wants to believe in the days of all we experience. Join the flight and jump back into the fight. Someone like me who wants you to leave. Though the beacon of light in your life seems dim, the sun's coming up on the world we're in. There are choices here, and I want you to leave. I know these are the times we find out who we really are. This will be when a true friend stands at your side. One more like me who wants to believe in the days of high times and innocence, drawing the lines and shouting back to the night. Someone like me who wants you to leave. I want you to leave, yeah. I want you to leave. I want you to leave. I still remember. Thank you.
We're clapping here in the studio too. Amazing. That was Michael Gavrizesou. Did I say it correctly? Gavrizesou. I'm going to get it right. Of Siren. Please check out our website because we're going to put up all the dates that they're going to be touring. I know that they're going to be at CBS.
We're going to play at the CBS slot, yes.
That's awesome. The CBS lot is great. It's a great place to go. It's a public event, so anybody could go. You guys, you are amazing. I'm so happy that you're on the show and you chose to sing that. We're gonna roll. Yes, Michael, amazing from Siren.
Thank you.
We're gonna roll into our next commercial that was written by Miss Claire, called "The Sham Cell."
Hey, Susie. Hey, Susie.
Hey, Jill. Beep! Oh, no. Bad phone connection got you down. Need more minutes. Wanna be cool.
I do.
Well, get the...
Sham Cell!
What's that?
It's the revolutionary new phone and plan that lets you talk and text whoever you want as much as you want.
Now you can gossip and chat on the
Sham Cell!
OMG, it's so good to hear from you.
And order pizza on the
Sham Cell!
Does that come with breadsticks?
For only $700 a month. Cell phone not included.
It's the Sham Cell. It's not a sham. It's a scam. Sham Cell!
So awesome. I'm going to have Julia set up to go into the final song for our performance. She is singing a song from Florence and the Machine. Go ahead and step up to the mic. While she's doing that, I do want to quickly chat with Stacy and Valdi. Step up to the microphone. Their show, Enough is Enough, which is about bullying. I want to just talk a little bit about, the balance of things and what happens. We're talking about homework and balancing different things, but they actually had something happen on their shoot yesterday for their show. And I kind of want to talk to them about, how awesome you guys are, even at this young age, of really kind of figuring it out. So Valdi, tell us what happened yesterday. They were shooting their show Enough is Enough, and they had a little snafu. What happened?
Okay, so we were waiting for a couple people to come, and it was already like it was really late, and then so 5 people didn't come.
That's a lot of actors not showing up.
Yeah. And so I had to play another character, and I actually was not really prepared. So I had to like change my complete like costume and
And figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? This has never happened to you before, right?
No.
But see what this is great though. I mean, you guys created this show and you couldn't just say forget the shoot, right?
Yeah.
You had to do the shoot. And how amazing that you know, even maybe in some mystical way, maybe the balancing of all this homework helped you have to figure it out. You know, you have to balance homework, you have to balance auditions, you have to balance dance classes with me. You know, you guys have to balance a lot. But so amazing for you ladies to care enough about your show and enough about the project to say, you know, we got to do whatever it takes to keep going, even in the face of not having 5 actors. That's a lot, right? Mm-hmm. You just made it work. I'm proud of you guys. Congratulations for Enough is Enough.
Very cool. Very cool.
I think that we're all set with Julia. Julia, introduce yourself in the song and talk to us a little bit about why you chose this song, because this is kind of an offbeat song as well.
Well, my name is Julia Andy, and I chose this song because I love Florence and the Machine, so it's one of my favorite songs from her. And I don't know, it just feels like part of my life. It explains a lot of it.
I love
like
it.
Believing something in that isn't really there.
That's amazing. You know what? It's really important for you guys to continue to always connect, you know, with whatever you're doing. Even if you're given material as an actor that's a monologue or something from a theatrical script or commercial, you know, to find a way to connect with it, you know, because that allows us to connect with people. And really, we're here because we love art, but you guys love what it does and how it affects people. And I so love you for that, because you guys make it amazing for me to have this show, and you guys affect me when we come on here. So I appreciate that. So without further ado, Miss Julia singing Florence and the Machine.
Woo. Some dreaming state, a tourist in the waking world, never quite awake. No kiss, no gentle word could wake me from this slumber, until I realized that it was you who held me under. Felt it in my fists, in my feet, in the hollows of my eyelids, shaking through my skull, through my spine, and down through my ribs. No more dreaming of the dead, as if death itself was undone. No more calling like a crow for a boy, for a body in the garden. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love with the wrong world. And I can hear the thunder and see the lightning cracks, 'cause all around the world was waiting. I never could go back, 'cause all the walls of dreaming, they were torn right open. And finally it seemed that the spell was broken, and all my bones began to shake. My eyes flew open, and all my bones began to shake. My eyes flew open. No more dreaming of the dead as if death itself was undone. No more crawling like a crow for a boy, for a body in the garden. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love with the wrong world. Snow White stitching up your circuit board. Sign up slipping through the hidden door. Snow White stitching up your circuit board. No more dreaming of the dead as if death itself was undone. No more crawling like a crow for a boy, for a body in the garden. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love, so in love. No more dreaming like a girl, so in love with the wrong world. Snow White stitching up the circuit board. Sign up slipping through the hidden door. Snow White stitching up your circuit board. Sign up slipping through the hidden door.
Amazing, Julia. Awesome. Okay, we are going to have to say our goodbyes, so I would like to go around and just have everybody say their name again and just to sign off until next month. These are the wonderful, wonderful performers of Kids Talk Live. We're going to start with Julia.
Okay, hi, my name is Julia Andy, and I'm almost 14 years old. And I just want to give a big shout out to my parents because they are just really supportive in whatever I do.
All right, what would we do? Michael.
My name is Michael. I'm 16. And shout out to my beautiful girl, Christiana. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my parents. They've been so supportive, every single one of them.
Awesome. Next.
Hi, my name is Belizaire. I'm 10 years old. And I want to give a shout out to my parents and my friends. Yeah.
Next.
Hello again. My name's Claire Pritchard, and I'm 15 still, I think. And I want to give a shout out to my director at my school, Mr. Zick. You're pretty cool.
Yo, Mr. Zick. Teachers can be cool. Next, Vicky.
Hey, I'm Vicky Soul. I want to give a shout out to my dad for bringing me here and my mom. And I'm 14 in August.
There you go. Next, Miss Valdi. Jump in there.
Hi, my name is Valdi, and I would like to thank my friends, my family, and my mom for just being so supportive. And also, I want to give a shout out to Nicole Butler.
Next.
My name is Daniela Clark, and I'm 12 and a half, and I want to give a shout out to my family because they're so supportive of me, and I would be nowhere without them.
Right on.
Hey, I'm Kennedy Zimet, 16 years old, and I'd like to give a shout out to my parents for supporting me, Cassandra, everyone else here, and everyone who's listening. So.
Ooh, right on. Thank you for that shout out. I appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to Paul Quo, who I try not to ever forget. Paul Quo is actually Julia's vocal coach, and he is my music director for all of my programs, my children's theater company, my Glee summer camp, all of that. He is amazing as a partner, and he helped me, sort of develop into this program, and also Richard Carr, who is the owner of LA Talk Live. I would not have this show without him and all the engineers. I thank you so much. And a shout out to my husband because, as you guys have your parents and all your siblings, he supports me because I'm a crazy person doing 400 things all the time. So thank you to all the parents who continue to support their kids to be a part of Kids Talk Live. We are Kids Talk Live. We'll be back next month where we're on LA Talk Live. Well, we're more than just talk. Have a happy Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you suffer from degenerative diseases such? Are you ready to enjoy the Maui lifestyle? You can have it all by owning real estate on the Paradise Island of Maui. Dennis Rush, a 22-year Maui resident and real estate broker, brings his wealth of experience and market knowledge to add value to your Maui real estate understanding, providing a level of service as unique and exceptional as the island of Maui itself. The magical island of Maui was voted the most exclusive resort island in the world by Condé Nast Traveler, and keep in mind, Maui is only a simple, non-stop flight away. Hawaii Business Magazine Top 100 Realtors awarded Dennis Rush the 2011 fourth top realtor on the island of Maui. Go to www.dennisrush.com to view all of the amazing properties currently available in the Maui MLS system. Whatever your needs or desires, Dennis Rush will provide a private consultation for any Maui properties your heart desires. You will be in good hands. Once again, go to www.dennisrush.com. That's www.dennisrush.com. Contact Dennis today to start your Maui lifestyle now. Dennis Rush, proud sponsors of the Dawn Christie Show and LA Talk Live.
Mountain Valley Spring Water, since 1871, has been bottled at the source in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Twice named the best tasting water in the world, Mountain Valley water is naturally alkaline and bottled in glass, providing the perfect blend of nature's minerals, giving you a crisp, clean taste. To start your home and office delivery in Southern California, call us at 1-800-499-9982 or visit us online at www.mountainvalleywaterla.com. New customers will receive their first 2 5-gallon bottles free. Mountain Valley Water, the official sponsor of Here's to Your Health with Josh Lane on LA Talk Live. Oh, your skin looks great.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence.
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence?
Yes, it's a beauty secret used since the time of the Greeks and Romans. The spa in Malibu told me about frankincense and myrrh by Ancient Essence, and now my skin is lovely.
Well, your skin looks great.
Call Ancient Essence at 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Call 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret. Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Available at fine spas and beauty centers.